We are back in just about 40 minutes. Things will get underway on Capitol Hill. On the left of your screen there, you see the waiting SUV that's going to take former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton to Capitol Hill, where she will face the man partially blocked on the right side of your screen by cameras. Trey Gowdy is the chairman of the select committee, and we're also about to talk to a member of this select committee, a member in the minority, Congresswoman Linda Sánchez, Democrat of California. Congresswoman, first of all, some of the ground rules here. What's the format? How many minutes each member? How many rounds? And so on.
Well, what we know so far, because we don't have a strict sort of timeline of what will happen, is there will be 2-hour blocks of questioning. Members will have individually about 10 minutes apiece for questioning, and there will be several rounds. We don't know how many at this point. They're saying conservatively probably 6 hours of testimony, conceivably as many as 9 or 10. It just depends.
While you were talking, Congresswoman, we're looking at this shot. Bill Clinton is as if to stand on the front porch and wave goodbye as his wife goes off to work, in this case, a day's work in front of this committee. Former president dressed casually. We see Huma Abedin, the longtime aide to Hillary Clinton, about to board the SUV as well via the back seat. They will be closed in there, and then they'll start the trek up to Capitol Hill. Presumably, the former president is going to watch on television. Congresswoman, the now famous, it's been called a boast to Sean Hannity on Fox News by Mr. McCarthy of California. Did that lay bare the true underlying premise of this select committee?
It was a stunning admission on behalf of the Republican leadership, something that Democrats feared and suspected from the day that the committee was impaneled. Confirmed it, and it wasn't just Mr. McCarthy making that stunning admission. Other members of the Republican caucus, a former investigator who worked on the Republican side, all have confirmed that this is a politically motivated exercise, chiefly to try to question Hillary Clinton's credibility and drive down her poll numbers in her race to be the president of the United States.
There's been a lot of speculation as to what all of you members will do with your allotments of time. Will you use it to give a mini speech on the issues? Will you use it to actually ask questions? Democrats especially are expected to come back around and try to get the witness, Hillary Rodham Clinton, back into an area they want. How do you reckon you'll use your time?
Well, first and foremost, I'm hoping to use my time to push back on the many just outrageous and patently false conspiracy theories that have been concocted by the Republicans, and allow the secretary to put those wild speculation and outright untruths to bed, to set the record straight and to explain exactly what is supported by the facts and the evidence and the testimony. You know, there's been a lot made of new information that they have, but the fact of the matter is none of it changes the conclusions of the 8 different reports that have already been generated. Despite 17 long months, the longest in history in Congress of Select Committee, there is no evidence that contradicts anything that has been contained in the prior 8 reports. So there's nothing new here. There's just these continuing, fantastic conspiracy theories, and it's really just an effort to go after Hillary Clinton, to smear her, and to try to, bludgeon her credibility.
Do you think any good will come out of this at all? Do you think this exercise will result in anything meaningful?
I don't think so. I think, this has been thoroughly investigated. A lot of taxpayers' money has already been spent to get to the bottom of what happened that evening and what can we do prospectively moving forward to ensure that our diplomatic corps is safe. And I don't think that there's anything new to be learned here. If there were, they would have called General Petraeus. They would have asked for DOD and intelligence folks to come in for interviews. But instead, they focused like a laser beam on Hillary Rodham Clinton, and I don't think that that's accidental. I think Kevin McCarthy was very telling, and I think that Republicans are now in the not enviable position of trying to salvage the credibility of the committee, because we know now what it is. It's a political witch hunt.
Congresswoman Linda Sánchez, Democrat of California, will see you during the questioning period later today. Thank you, Congresswoman, for being with us this morning.